What?
No, no, no.
Dog Club.
Welcome to the No Dolls Club, Salty.
Oh, look, here we are.
It's the No Dolls Club.
Yeah.
The podcast where we just hit record.
And go for it.
And go for it. Noticing lack of one person.
Yep.
Cam.
The dog of the day.
Dog of the day. Dog of the last 6 months.
Good on him. He's busy. He's a busy boy.
Is he? He sends me a lot of shit on Instagram.
Well, yeah, I don't know if he's busy or not. He certainly projects busy.
He walks around with a briefcase and a suit.
Yeah, looking angry.
His briefcase falls open outside a cafe and it's just bouncy balls and they just bounce away. Oh no.
I know.
What sort of work is he doing? What are you up to?
Mate, not much. I'm prepping for Halloween market in October. The same one I did last year, Boo Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot of fun. This year I'm sort of tasked with doing the sort of visual theming of the market, which has been a lot of fun.
Oh wow.
So it's sort of this year's theme is sort of vintage
big mushy
VHS.
dicks.
Yeah, massive dicks. Vintage horror, like 80s slasher VHS stuff. So it's a aesthetic that I quite enjoy playing around in. So
nice.
I've been making the thing I've been working on most the last week is like props for a photo booth.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So people can. So I've made a bunch of. I illustrated a bunch of like retro looking TVs, like CRT TV front sort of facades, and I've been printing them out and mounting them on big bits of foam core so that people can like hold it up and be like, "Hey, I'm in the telly."
Yeah, that's cool.
Put their head inside.
Yeah.
I've been making like big, comedically large kitchen knives with the Boo Fest logo on it and meat cleavers.
That's cool.
And I made like a big chainsaw, like a murder chainsaw and a murder power drill that people... I'll send you photos of them. They turned out really good.
This all sounds fucking sick. I just jumped onto the Instagram boofest.au. I'm going to guess that's the best place to keep up with the whole Boo Fest thing. But if you're not on Instagram...
Jump on Insta. If you're not on Instagram, there is boofest.com.au, but I'm not sure they've got it ready for this year yet or not.
Okay. Coming soon, it says.
Yeah. The Instagram is going to be where most things I think are going to get announced. So
the link card that I've got is boofestau.card.co, and card has 2 R's.
Okay.
So if you want to keep an eye on those links and not use Instagram, because a few people are swearing off the old Instagram these days. We've taken our business off Instagram. I don't know if I've mentioned that on the show. I don't think so.
Right. No. Is it taking a stand against anything, or is it just...
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just like, it was when, I reckon I have talked about it on the show, when Trump was being inaugurated and Meta was all very cozy with him.
Right.
Zuckerberg was, they all just like bent their knee immediately to Trump. And I was like, I don't really. And like, it's all bad, all of it. Like, I mean, Instagram is good in the sense of like, it's a really good app for keeping up with your friends and looking at skateboard tricks and cute dogs and cats.
Yeah.
But like, Facebook is bad.
I Instagram is the only social media thing, and I don't want to sound like I'm out here like bloody, standing for Instagram, but of all of them, it seems to be the only one that I never found got super cooked or politicized or it became like a platform for shittiness.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's there. It's just the algorithm. The algorithm on Instagram seems desperate to please me.
Right.
Like if you were to create a new Instagram account, the search page will be crazy different to the one that you have on your other one. As soon as you click on one of those things, the rest of your search page will just become that.
Right.
Like, you want to see that, do you?
Yeah. Right. That's why my Instagram search is just basically boobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And has been for years.
you click on, you want to have a look, and that's just what gives the people what they want.
I guess this dude's a boob guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So what? How do we get talking about social media? Oh, yeah, just Instagram.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a shame.
So because you took the business.
So yeah. But, it is what it is, eh? Everything's pretty bad in the greater scheme anyway. So go buy some spooky art from Salty and that'll cheer you up.
Yeah. Come by the market. And October 26th is when it is. So that's all I've really got going on. Just that, doing my usual stuff, streaming on Twitch a couple of nights a week. I just got back I was in the country's capital, mate. I was in Canberra. Oh, yeah? I went and saw the Mr. Squiggle and Friends exhibition at the Museum of... What's it called? The National Museum of Australia.
I don't know. You were the closest one to it.
Yeah, I can never remember what it's actually called. I think it's called the National Museum of Australia. Because, Mr. Squiggle was like... When I think about it, Mr. Squiggle was probably one of the core childhood things that led me to wanting to do art.
That's pretty good.
And draw and stuff. So it was like, because he would come on TV and he would draw a cool picture that was actually upside down, and like, it was magic to me as a kid. So yeah, I went along and got to see the puppets and learn all about Norman Hetherington and his history and stuff. It was great.
Yeah, nice. Nice. I don't really know Mr. Squiggle. Not being of that land, but I understand he's pretty... Some people like, right? Yeah, and he was just... It was just like a character who was like this lovable, nice, scatterbrained, easily distracted artist. And I think I just really... That resonates with me a lot. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. When I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, you know what? This is... I'm kind of this guy. Yeah. It's not surprising that this appealed to me and still kind of appeals to me now as an adult. Yeah. Good one. Yeah. Canberra, good city, eh? You know what? I actually really, really loved it there. It was great. It's got like a small town vibe, but it's kind of big enough to be, you're in a sort of biggish city. Everyone was really nice. Everyone encountered was lovely and helpful, and it was great. Yeah, nice. Did you buy any pornography? No, and you know what? I didn't see any overtly, like, because, that's what you always think, oh yeah, Canberra, you get like porn and fireworks and shit there. Yeah, that's the running joke, right? Yeah. And I don't think I saw a single firework or pawn shop there. Yeah, right. I guess these days people just have access to porn on the internet. Yeah. Fireworks, I don't know. Fireworks are still pretty big here, but they're definitely losing their luster. Yeah. Which is a shame because I love fireworks. Right. Fireworks are thrilling, but the whole, really stuffs it up for dogs and cats. That's not so cool. Yeah. Yeah. I used to have a big bag of illegal fireworks when I lived in Queensland. And I'm pretty sure they were from New Zealand originally. Yeah. So New Zealanders, I guess my generation at least and older, fireworks are something we had much access to. Right. I think it was like 2 weeks or a month before Guy Fawkes, which was, November 5? Right. Guy Fawkes night. Yep. They were just on sale at like the corner store. Right. And... like all of them. So like the shop next door to my house would just have a table of fireworks. And I think maybe the age limit was 14. So right. Can you imagine kids in Westport, like that was peak me hanging out at the skateboard ramp. Yeah. Probably drinking a little bit more than I should have and various other things and then just fireworks as well. Yeah. I remember house parties. I'm sure I've told this before, but house parties during that time of the year would quite often devolve into fireworks fights. Because you hold the Roman candles like a gun and just can pop your mates with them. Shoot them out. So
kept moving to Australia and seeing how people are kind of, fireworks. It's a much different experience with fireworks growing up in Australia.
Yeah.
Fun.
It was just never a thing for us.
All right. Well, welcome to the No Dogs Club, the podcast where there's no dogs.
Yeah.
My name's Luke.
I'm Salt.
Cam is a dog, as we've already discussed. This week we're actually talking about a literal dog.
Yeah. Which is funny because, like, when we first did the No Dogs Club, we were like, let's just talk about fun animals that aren't dogs.
Yes.
Who knew would be here?
Who knew? There is some news at the end of the show that I'll just flick through. It's nothing too boring. As everyone knows, the conspiracies are just news now. So we're not going to go too much into it, but it is very much the president of the USA did a thing. Sovereign citizens on the loose. Anyway, we're talking about the Tantanloona tiger.
Tantanloona tiger sounds ferocious.
Salty, do you know anything about the Tantanloona? Because this is South Australian, right?
I know, and you know what? When you first mentioned this, I was like, "Oh, well, I've never heard of this," and it's like right in my backyard in South Australia, so where I'm from.
How far is it from where you were from?
Oh, pretty far. Like It's so it's near Mount Gambier, which is just over the Victorian border, and I'm from sort of the other side of the Spencer Gulf, so it's like, I guess it's probably about 6 hours drive or so, 7 hours drive from where I grew up.
Yeah, right. Not super close.
Not super close.
One of the theories around this tiger, which I know I'm leaping forward a little bit, but you just mentioned it was on the border, and one of the theories was that Victorian farmers were sneaking over the border and killing sheep to sabotage the burgeoning wool industry in South Australia. I don't know how much truth is in that, but that was one of the theories. Tantanloona has a pub. Let's get some facts on Tantanloona. I don't know anything about it.
No, one thing that struck me about this is the Tantanloona tiger is actually in the pub, right?
Yeah.
Is there any other instances of cryptids that were caught and are on display?
No, because once they're caught, they, I guess, stop being a cryptid and they're just a dog.
It's a dog.
I guess that's a bit of a spoiler for what this actually is. I came across a blog post. I didn't save it because it wasn't that interesting, but they were talking about it, and this is a blog about cryptids,
right? And
it said, "Oh, my friend went there and just see for yourself the photos." And it was like two kids looking at the glass case, like with a look on their face, like, "What the fuck?" And then a picture of the clearly dog.
Yeah,
yeah. I think that the Tantanloona does lean into it being a tiger. I think the local footy team's the Tantanloona Tigers. Like, it's a part of their identity, which is kind of cool. But yeah, sorry, go.
There was reports of a tiger missing, though, right? Like,
no, that's I
thought I read a thing about like a circus tiger going missing or something in the 1880s.
Yeah. So that's always the case with these. They're like, escaped circus animals, or the other one is military animals from.
I like the mascots. From
and I
come over.
I tried to do a little research on the mascot thing, and I don't know how much truth there is to it. Like, I can't imagine every fucking platoon was traveling with a wild cat. And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like one or two. But it's just a risk that you're probably not wanting to take. And the other one, escaped animals from a circus. I don't think I actually clicked it out. Oh, yeah, here we go. I think there might have been a circus animal that got loose, because my first thought was, this is always the reasoning, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How many traveling circuses are just losing big cats? Like, it just seems like a large amount.
Yeah.
Then I was reading about it, and once you kind of think of what a traveling circus would have been like in, what is it, late 1800s?
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't have been looking after their pets very well.
Yeah.
So these animals were probably doing everything they could to escape.
Yep.
And they probably didn't have great cages, so it was probably pretty common that they escaped. Or they probably just got sick of taking care of them because, people are not giving you enough shillings to see the bearded lady or whatever you have.
Yeah. Can't afford to keep the tiger in meat.
Yeah. So you just kind of cut it loose. So it's probably more common. I think there was one nearby, but not super close. But they got it immediately. They caught it pretty much immediately.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I am kind of wanting to maybe explore this a little bit more because the story, it's one of those things that is apocryphal where it just becomes the truth of the story.
Right.
It was something escaped from a circus, but it didn't really ever happen that way.
Yeah, right.
It's just a convenient thing. There was there's a YouTube channel that has a lot about this called, I think it's just called Tantanloona Tiger.
Okay.
And this bloke, Jamie, just reads out news reports, like news articles of the time. And I think some of them, it's kind of hard to gauge because some of them are quite, I think, satirical, like a little bit taking the piss.
Right.
But he's just reading them out in this thick, like, I'm Jamie, where's my yowie? That's the name of his other channel, Where's My Yowie?
Right. Where's my yowie?
And because I listened to like 2 or 3 of his videos, I'm like, this is driving me nuts.
Right.
I need to see who's doing other Tantalloona Tiger gear on YouTube because it's just that voice, like, just really like kind of monotone, but also really grating, and then not really putting any sauce or mustard on the news reports.
Right.
So you don't really know the tone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, what's this channel? Where's my yowie? And then it's, I'm Jamie. Oh, no. I think he's got another he's got like 2 or 3 channels. And so it was a lot. But yeah, some of the news reports were kind of intimating that people were just drunkards there. And I think the one news report called it the tiger seen through the whiskey bottle.
Right.
And there was a couple of other jokes about like, yeah, they're all drinkers, which they probably were. But yeah, the Tantanloona Tiger, let's just give the summary, I guess. So it was stalked the area in the late 19th century.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit from Wikipedia. It was shot by John Donovan, who believed that an animal was shot by John Donovan, and they thought that was the tiger, but it turned out to be more of a wolf than a tiger. It was determined to be an Arabian wolf.
All right.
Which is a mystery in itself because no one knows how the Arabian wolf got there. But I even look at this picture of an Arabian wolf. It doesn't look like this Tantalloona tiger. Arabian wolf looks like a pretty majestic-looking desert wolf, I guess would be my description.
Yeah.
The Tantalloona tiger, it has been, I guess people should have figured this out by now, it has been taxidermied in the cage with like a grin on its face.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a little grin.
He looks like a horror puppet from a kids show, like a well-meaning UK kids show of the 70s.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look like a Arabian wolf. I don't know if there's ever actually been DNA done to prove it either. Some reports said there had been, some reports said there hadn't been. But no, it is on display at the Tantanloona Hotel, and there's a spectacular Dolomite cave located nearby. I don't know why that's in this section of Wikipedia, but just drop that in there. Yeah, so in the late 1890s or mid 1890s, they thought they had it, and then sheep kept on disappearing.
All right.
Yeah, and then they thought, we need to get, I think they carried on getting posses together. I don't know if this was before or after the shooting, but at one point the plan was to capture it and present it to the Duke of York, because I think he was visiting.
You know what he'd love? If we caught this thing.
It'll put us on the map. Hey, it did. We're talking about it 130 years later. There's another story. This is, I think, from the Adelaide Express. I might have got this was from Jamie that I first got it. And I tried to Google it after. But so there's a bloke that was staying in a whirly, he was calling it. Do you know what a whirly is?
No.
I think it's just like a shack for farmers. Like, if you're on the farm, you're a farmhand. They just put you in a shack maybe. Hang on, Worley Farm, South Australia. Let's get the slang. Hawley? Worley? No, I'm not getting anything. So there's a dog that also was on the farm, and the dog was quite excitable, but for some reason he remembers chaining up the dog that night because he's real tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get a good sleep. I've had a hard day on the farm. In the middle of the night, he hears this noise. It's real noisy and lots of rattling. And he wakes up and he's, oh, what is that? It must be the dog. I'll bloody go make sure he's in his chains or chain him up again. And then he stood in the door of the Whirly and he could smell the stench and he could see the dog that was asleep. The dog hadn't moved. It was still asleep by the thing. He's like, oh, no, that must be the tiger making the noise and the rattling. And I think he went straight back to bed because he was too afraid. There's a few holes in that story for me, as dogs famously are really sensitive to noises, rattling, and smells.
Yeah.
The dog isn't just going to sleep through that. That was kind of one eyewitness account. Another guy thought he had got it. Turns out it was a bloody feral hog.
Oh, no.
Yep. But he used flour, sugar, and phosphorus and poured it over the dead sheep, over a dead sheep to hunt, to lure it in. And then I don't know why he used flour and sugar, but the feral hog ate it and I think started, was poisoned by the phosphorus.
Right.
And that's what got him. That's I got that from the Forgotten Australia podcast.
Okay. I mean, flour and sugar, I guess, is like most things like sweet stuff and also most things like bread. So if I make this sheep smell like bread and sugar,
yeah,
but also poison it.
Yeah. I mean, it would put it on a dead sheep, though.
Oh, dead, yeah.
Yeah, that'd get the hog more excited than sugar.
True.
I'd think. There was another quote from one of the newspapers where so when they caught the wolf, people were like, wow, can't believe we've got a tiger and a wolf roaming.
Oh no, things just got twice as bad.
Problems are twofold. That article talks about this was in the 1900s, so people were still concerned. Like the sheep were still going missing, and this is the early 1900s. This is when I think they thought it was the Victorians,
right,
being a little bit mischievous. So yeah, this tramp turned up at the pub called Weary Willie, and
Weary Willie,
yeah, and turns out he was an undercover copper.
Oh,
and he was trying to find who had been selling sheepskins. Sheep's been missing, and then there's a lot of sheepskins who were turning up on the black market, I guess.
Right.
So Weary Willie was doing a little bit of a ruse. Man, I would love to see an undercover cop playing a vagrant in the early 1900s.
Yeah, right.
I don't reckon he nailed it. But maybe he did. Like, I mean, I guess coppers back then, I don't know, they were just some bloke, right? Like,
yeah.
When did going to police college start?
I don't know, actually.
In Australia. When did police training start in Australia? It's probably before then, eh?
I would assume before then it would still have been pretty. Oh, you want to be a copper, eh? Here's your truncheon. Significant
dates. Initially, rural areas. This was up until 1850. Police were appointed by local justices. Terry mounted police were formed following clashes between Aboriginals and settlers. That just sounds like a vigilante mob, really, doesn't it?
Mm.
Other colonial forces. Yeah, so I don't think actual like police, what do you call it, colleges or whatever, cadets and stuff,
police
wasn't
academy.
until like the 30s.
Right.
Yeah, police academy.
So this is a bloke who's just like, I'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, probably. Like just
and
someone
he was like a pioneer in criminal investigation.
Yeah, absolutely. He invented Well, you probably don't need undercover, but yeah. It just would have been like a mate of the mayor or a mate of the,
Yeah.
They were still very much in a citizens on patrol situation. I was doing an emergency drill the other day.
Right.
I'm part of. I don't know how official part, but like there's locals when there's an emergency, people we're all trained to or all know how to do certain things.
Right.
Mine's just information. I'm a nerd.
Okay.
I'm not rescuing anyone out of rubble or anything.
Yeah.
But the part of it was like, it was just like we all need to arrive at this point that's not the usual point, and we need to set up a base really quickly and start getting the operations happening. And one of the scenarios was like someone said, we need to get the supermarkets and the petrol stations all safe and under control, basically, to stop people going in and running amok or whatever. And so the plan would be to contact from the coppers to contact the local rugby clubs and just get local rugby heavies to
gather up your biggest blokes, head down to the dairy, and make sure no one loots.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's good or bad. Like, I guess there does need to be some sort of order, but like people are looting for food. I get maybe people would be opportunists. Anyway, that's a different podcast, I imagine. That was the plan though. Get the biggest people around, collar them, and have them post up. I'll send a media release about that though. That's my job.
That's your job. Yeah.
It turns out. Oh, this girl is a little bit gross. There's a little bit of a sexual assault happening in the next part of it.
The guy turns out to be a bit of a bad guy.
Yeah,
not the copper guy.
Not Weary Willie.
No.
The guy that they caught. So basically this guy was setting up illegal sheep skinning camps or just bush sheep skinning camps out of the bush. And a couple of people stumbled on them and were like, what the hell have we found? Like thinking the tiger had done it, basically. Skinned it properly and left them in trees. And it turns out it was some guy that was a rapist.
Yeah.
But he walked free from that because the official language was the testimony was too precise from the victim and the victim's family.
Jesus Christ.
And I don't know what that means. I think that might mean something, modern non-legal terms, too precise. We're like, well, that sounds wrong.
Right, yeah.
But like, is it Naomi Wolf wrote a whole book about people getting executed in Great Britain, and she said she theorized or posited that executions went much later than people thought because all these prisoners had death recorded next to their names in the official records, and so she wrote a whole novel about this. And she was doing the press tour, and the guy that was a guy on the radio interviewed her and said, that death recorded doesn't mean they died, right? She's like, yeah, it does. It says death recorded. And he's like, no, that's not what that means.
Right.
It means something different under this whatever legal term. And her book had already been she was doing the press tour for her book, and they just had to completely pull the book. She's cooked anyway, so it's fine. But yeah. So maybe testimony too precise maybe doesn't mean
what it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah, so it seems to be, well, at least what I found, unless you found something more.
No, just a sick bloke.
Yeah, and maybe a dog.
And some sort of dog / wolf.
And a feral hog.
Yeah. Imagine if there was 30 to 50 of them.
Jesus.
I do like there's a couple of images in this article. One of them is the Tantanloona Tiger football team standing in I think the football says 1947, and it's the team standing there with all their arms crossed, and right in front of them is the stuffed dog. Just sitting there they're just taking it down from the pub and stuck it in front of them for the photo. The other image I really like is a news clipping that's the £50 reward for the Tantanloona Tiger, and it's a picture of a lion for starters, on the actual ad. And it must have been put out by some clothing company because it's like, suits, £3. Suits, £3. £50 reward for the Tantanloona Tiger. And then in brackets it says, with a new suit of clothes thrown in. So if you get it, you get £50 and a new suit.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
That's a saving that you can't bloody match anywhere.
No.
The Tantanloona Tiger, Tantanloona Football Netball Club has a sick tiger logo. I mean, as they would, but like it's a cool leaping tiger.
Oh yeah,
not the creepy
dog.
stuffed dog. While I was researching this, I thought I'd have a look at any other big cat updates.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I've seen something recently about local big cat sightings.
Yeah, so there's I think they're kind of always, there's probably 2 or 3 a year. But there was an article in BBC Discover Wildlife. Why do I think this is BBC? Oh, yeah, BBC Wildlife, which is discoverwildlife.com. And this was from earlier this year. Black leopards are quietly thriving in the British countryside. Here's the whole incredible story.
Right.
So it turns out that they've actually found DNA from, in 2022, there was a hare snagged on a barbed wire fence near where some sheep had been killed. And then they found some DNA of panther species.
Right. Like actual DNA.
Yeah, absolutely. Panthera pardus. It's a leopard species, which is also a panther species. I think all panthers are leopards.
Okay. Is it one of those things where all panthers are leopards, but not all leopards are panthers?
Yeah. I think it's that.
Right.
So Panthera pardus, which is a leopard. Yeah, a little spotted leopard.
Right.
Leopards are cool. Oh, I love looking at leopards.
Leopards, I was thinking of which one's the one that looks really cool when it runs, but I'm thinking of a cheetah.
I think a leopard probably looks pretty cool when it runs.
Yeah. And like how their heads kind of stays in one spot, but their body's just going ballistic.
Yeah. I think leopards are definitely in that world. There's a video, youtube.com, leopard and cheetah running full speed.
Oh.
And I'll probably edit around this because it's not that exciting. It's not a great video, if I'm honest.
So I was thinking the Tantanloona Tiger, bit shit, right? Bit of a shit cryptid. So I was like, I wonder if I thought I'll look up, lame cryptids and see if there's any other ones to talk about. And I found this article, and I was like, started looking at it, and I got it. Like, I was looking at it for a little while. I was going, okay, what are these ones? And I was reading. And like I quickly realized that have I just been reading a dumb like troll article that someone's made up? Because like the first one was like the X monkey, and I was like, okay, it's supposed to be this cyborg monkey, and I was like, that's a bit dumb sounding. That sounds like that's just been made up. But then the other names of some of them is like the dildo monster,
right?
And I was like, oh, okay, but it's like from a place called Dildo in Canada, and I haven't looked to see if this is a real place, but apparently it is.
Yeah, I've heard of that place.
And then the Czechoslovakian Dong Wrangler, and I was like, nah, you're taking the piss now. But then the next one was Paul Bunyan, and I was like, well, Paul Bunyan's like a folk character. It's not really a cryptid, but that brought me back on track to like, maybe these are real things that it's somewhere people believe in. And then it was like the Oviedo dick monster. And I was like, nah, I'm out of here.
Okay.
I just closed it.
So your cryptid research
got a bit like, yeah, I feel like I got led a bit up the garden path with that one.
Yeah.
I do like the story. And I think so at Christmas time, because I'm from South Australia, at Christmas time, I'm going to go back to Whyalla for Christmas. So I think I'm going to plan the route either there or back to go through Tantanloona and go see if I can find the stuffed guy.
Yeah, it's just at the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can swing on by and snap a photo of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And if they don't have some sort of small shop with little souvenirs of the tiger /dog/wolf, I'll be very disappointed.
Yeah, you could make little puppets. I guess they're probably not into the shitness of it as we are. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you and I see that and go, man, that's shit. I really want to go see that.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know if they're like how into, you know, us being like Lucas
fucking shit.
which is, you know, like I've got an affection for it now.
Yeah.
Like I really like it now, and I, you know, like as you said, like if I was going to be in that neighborhood, like you bet I'm going to look
Definitely
at
go look at it. Yeah.
but and like the pub, if I jumped on Google reviews, yeah, people gets good reviews.
Okay.
They do a $20 schnitty night. It doesn't look that good, to be honest, but like, oh, that's $20. Get what you pay for these days.
Yeah.
But like the reviews are really positive.
Tantanloona Hotel.
Yeah, it just looks like country pub fare.
Tiger Hotel. It's called the Tantanloona Tiger Hotel, is it?
No, it's just officially the Tantanloona Hotel, but the chips look good. They had the tiger. Colloquial name, but I think Google reviews has it Tantanloona Tiger.
Yeah, it's coming up as Tantanloona Tiger Hotel. Tiger Hotel in Tantanloona.
This review 4 out of 5 from Jamie O'Neill. For a little country town, this place was great. Heaps of friendly people, great staff, food is good, and also the history of the tiger is amazing. 4 stars. What do they got to do, Jamie?
Did you get that extra one?
Yeah, geez.
Jesus.
Looks like they had a band called Jimmy Top playing there.
Okay.
And yeah, everyone's having a good time.
Yeah.
And the photos.
Schnitz Parma night. Perfect timing for us. I have to say, these were delicious. There was a choice of beef schnitzel or chicken. We chose chicken Parma, of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good size, being thick and juicy too. Hell yeah.
Some reviews say the locals are very unfriendly.
Okay.
But this person's like, oh, they wouldn't engage with me. And it's like, yeah, well, they're not your clowns.
Yeah.
Bit of rude service reviews. This sounds good. Ordered beer and orange juice, $13. 4 weeks ago, $10. So it went up $3 in 4 weeks.
Right.
And welcome to 2025. Things are changing rapidly. Ordered fish and chips, 2, got 1, and was told, don't eat if you complain. I don't get what that means. Won't be back. Tried to help a small business, but they don't care.
Right.
Too expensive. Hopefully, new owners a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, well, 2 out of 5 wasn't open. Don't give it a rating then.
You didn't get to go.
You don't know
this review says, potty it was not open, need a beer and stay longer. 1 star. Okay, mate.
I love Google reviews. Do you want to do some general news? Just whip through the goings on, just some funny things.
What's been happening? It's been pretty cooked over in the old United States.
Yeah, so I've been watching a little bit of Alex Jones lately.
Okay.
After a little bit of a break, and you know how like there are currently the military on the streets of America snatching people and putting them into camps.
Yeah.
Something that he's been like, one of his things is like, oh, look how many times I've been right. You know, and he's been doing that a lot lately or in the last year. You know, Alex Jones was right, and that's a big kind of meme they've been trying to push. Anyway, he's very right about this, that eventually fascism would come and put everyone into camps and militarize the country.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be gloating about it, though. He's just was gloating in the sense of it's good. This isn't bad.
Okay. It's fucked because like I have friends in the US and some of them are having a really tough time with how things are over there. And I have a friend in Washington DC who is American citizen, white, and their sister asks them, "Hey, who do I call if ICE snatches you up?" And their response was, "I mean, I don't think I have to worry about that because I'm a citizen and I'm white." But in the back of their mind, they're also like, "Jesus Christ, what happens if that does happen? Because who the fuck knows what's going to happen?"
Yes.
And it's like a real fear that people have.
Yeah.
It's like, it's something you go, "Oh, surely that's not going to happen." But it's like, yeah.
Yeah, a good friend of mine and his wife moved there at the start of January. She got a job at one of the museums there, and they live in Washington, D.C., and that museum has now been in Trump's tweets or whatever, wherever he Truth Socials, as being too woke. So, yeah, they're also a little bit concerned about the whole thing.
Yeah. Is that the American History Museum?
Yeah.
I went there when I was there. One of the Smithsonian ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's doing a very woke job there as well. So a little bit of concern there.
Yeah.
So Alex Jones is all in on this. He thinks it's great. He thinks basically he was saying today that he wasn't on board with QAnon. That was all bullshit. Because there was no plans actually in place then, which is a complete lie in the sense of where he was all in on QAnon for like a month. He was just like, I've spoken to him. He's a real insider. And then he I think they had a pretty regular QAnon update segment with one of those guys, Roger Corson. No, that's a TV.
That's an Australian actor, isn't it?
Yeah, someone with a similar name. Jonesy absolutely let that guy hang out to dry after like a month or two. But now he's like, oh, no, now it's all actually happening. This is it. And the pieces are in place to finally get the Democrats. He also said, this is from, I think, the Daily Beast, I think.
Right.
This is a story about Jonesy saying that he was pleading after Trump's comments about heaven, saying that that's intensified concerns about Trump's condition. And Jones says, if the people around him could just get him to take off one day a week, if he could just go play golf and watch movies and have some fun, he deserves it. Motherfucker's playing golf constantly. Like that's the one thing we know he does all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
I don't even think he enjoys it, does he?
Well, who the fuck knows? I love when all that stuff about him, like just being a habitual cheat, come out. Like,
yeah, did you see that video
of the caddy dropping the ball?
Yeah.
So funny.
And then his fans were like, "No, this is normal. This is a drop. Like, this is even video evidence of him being an absolute cheat."
Yeah,
but he must be like, he doesn't seem like a happy person.
No,
I mean, I don't think you could be a happy person and do all this. So I think he's just kind of miserable. I guess he's happy when he's on stage riffing off some one-liners.
Yeah, doing his jerk-off dance.
Yeah. And, like, he's good at it, let's face it. So he also had a guy on today that was an ex-Green Beret who was at January 6th, but he didn't get arrested for January 6th. He got arrested because when they searched his house after January 6th, he had a bunch of guns. Illegal guns and hand grenades. And now he's like doing a tour of, or he's positioning himself of like, I've got evidence the FBI set me up and I'm the whistleblower of all this. And
okay.
he just seemed dumber than a bag of rocks, to be honest. It's not even the saying, but whatever. We'll run with it. The other one that's funny at the moment is the Cracker Barrel logo.
You know what? I've peripherally seen this. I haven't really looked at it.
It's not anything. Like, basically, all big brands these days are removing any fun from their logos and they're just having a simple word.
Yeah.
It's kind of been happening for a few years now, and Cracker Barrel had a guy in a barrel next to the word Cracker Barrel, and they've taken they had a bit of a flourish with the font as well. A cool logo. I like it. A real classic. They've taken that and they just call it Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
And it has set segments of the right wing off just massively. Like Cracker Barrel's just gone woke now. And this is exactly what the left want. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
No one cares about this. It's so funny.
It's just woke. Like, it's just such a word to just throw at everything.
It turns out Cracker Barrel was launched by Shell, I think, or a Shell subsidiary, to be a folksy down-home place as a chain that people could stop in when they're, driving through and going to petrol stations.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's never been a down-home folksy brand, and that's ruined by woke. It's just a massive oil company. One of the things that's a little bit concerning, there's a lot more smarter people than me talking about it, so go look it up, is all the age verification happening in the UK.
Yeah.
Which is going to happen, or they've signalled it to be happening in the US very soon.
Mm-hmm.
In Australia very soon.
All right. Is this to do with like the banning people under 16 from?
Yeah. So if you want to get online now, they're making people verify your ID. Cameron Wilson in Crikey has done a bit of reporting about the Australian one. So go check that out. I don't think basically the summary of the reporting is no one really knows how it's going to work, and it's a bit of a mess.
Right. By
all accounts, the UK one's a real mess. But the wider concerns are that Palantir, the company that's heavily invested in by Peter Thiel, that's doing a lot of surveillance in America and helping out ICE with surveillance, they're heavily investing in age verification. So I think it's them, and there's an Israeli company, Israeli military, are like the two big players in the age verification online space.
Right.
And so basically we're all just people are just scanning in their IDs and bank details and photos, and it's just being sucked up by the absolute worst people in the world.
Yeah.
Who are using it openly, maliciously right now already. And governments are just straight up doing it. And like, man, suddenly I'm sounding like Alex Jones, and like all the things they're talking about are literally just happening for fascism right now. The other thing I saw today was there's a system, this was on 404 Media, I think it was. So in America, cops have access to license plate scanning cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out Border Patrol and Customs have had access to all these too, and no one realised it.
Okay.
So license plate recognition, all that data is just being sucked up into the military industrial complex, and it's being used to snatch people.
I think police here in Australia have that as well.
Yeah, because they always do.
Drive through a car park and find out all the unregistered cars.
Yeah, right. I think these might be static ones, but they have that in Australia for mobile phones at the moment now.
Like the cameras that catch you on your phone. Yeah,
and they do like a comedy news release every now and then of like, the zaniest things caught on camera. Look at this guy, he's shaving while he's, which is just soft peddling, or, soft peddling like the surveillance state, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is actually good that we've got these cameras everywhere.
Because check out this, lol.
Yeah, this arsehole.
People do the damnedest things.
Yeah. And then the amount of surveillance happening in supermarkets now is crazy. It hasn't quite gotten into Westport supermarket, but I believe big city supermarkets are pretty intense these days.
Okay.
Scanning technology to check you've got everything out of your basket and stuff.
Yeah. I think I read something, someone said that they, maybe it was Woolworths or something, had some sort of AI camera thing in place where they were at the checkout and they reached in their pocket to get their wallet out. And the camera went off because the camera thought alarm went off because they thought he had put something in his pocket. Jesus. There
was one that I saw a lady saying that she had her baby on the trolley, or maybe a toddler, and then this camera's read it as a item. In Westport, you just, if you go to scan apples or oranges or something, it just beeps and then a lady comes along and goes, oh, yeah, you're right.
Right.
And scans you through. Go to a checkout if you're going to a supermarket.
I have noticed that if you put, like, I have noticed putting like fruit and veg on at some places, it will come up with what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to pick it. It just goes, oh, yeah, this is a tomato.
Coles Footscray would definitely have. Should I dox you like that?
Ah, you can if you want.
I would definitely have that kind of technology now, like, because it extends to aisles in some supermarkets. So
right,
it'll track you over a number of times that you're there, and if you steal a certain amount, they'll start to get you.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I've been to that Coles a few times, and especially if I've been there in the nighttime, walking around, I've noticed. And this sounds. I don't want to sound alarmist and like the media, but like there's gangs of young people walking around in there just blatantly shoplifting.
Oh yeah,
and you just walk in and you walk down the aisle and there's just like a couple of youths just shoving packets of biscuits in their bags and stuff, and it's like they don't even care.
Yeah, right.
And I think the security doesn't care. I don't think anyone actually cares that it's happening.
I got stopped at that supermarket once for being maybe more than once.
Really?
I've definitely been accused of thieving things multiple times when I haven't been thieving things. But the one particular time I remember, I'd just been to the Footscray market beforehand, and I had my little trolley full of my good little fruit and veg. And then I thought, we'll stop into Coles and grab whatever. And then as I was leaving, the security guard was like, hang on, mate, you didn't. I was like, oh, yeah, it's just stuff from the market. He's like, we need to search this. I'm like, you don't even... Like, look at the thing on the top. You don't even sell that here.
Yeah.
I think you can just walk away. Like, they can't actually do anything. But
yeah,
I went through the motions, and like he thought he got the fucking hell thief, just loading up because it was like a full shopping trolley, and they just wanted some butter or something.
Mate, show me where the Gallon Gull is in here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's ginger, you dickhead. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You think you sell Luxemint here, you idiot? Coles Footscray probably does. It has some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, the surveillance state in the last few months while we've been away has massively ramped up.
Yeah.
And just a really last one, there's a good article, the unpaywalled newsroom.co.nz about a guy who was a soldier, a young soldier in New Zealand. There's someone went on record that didn't give their name as saying he was a bit rubbish as a soldier, just like he wasn't very good. I think the word was middling. He was middling. Anyway, and he was a full-on Nazi, member of Nazi groups, all those things. And then so he got tricked into becoming a spy or thinking he was a spy. Someone just approached him and said, hey, I'm actually like working for another country. You should give me some spies. You should spy for me. From the military base. He's like, yeah, hell yeah. And so he did. And then just got caught. The
shit soldier, shit spy.
Yeah, rubbish at everything. Tinker, traitor, soldier, spy.
All right.
I've got something about Epstein and Trump here, but no, you don't need to know that. The final one, and I kind of alluded to this comedically at the start of the show, a little bit flippantly. As we're recording, there's, I think, a manhunt still happening for this shooter in Popanka who is a sovereign citizen. I think that's been confirmed.
Right.
Alleged shooter.
In New Zealand?
No, Popanka.
What's that?
Popanka? It's in Victoria, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
It's near Bright.
Okay.
In the high country there.
Right.
Some alleged sovereign citizen has allegedly shot someone, two coppers, and then stolen one of the coppers' guns.
Oh.
Police, this is from the ABC, police say the culprit is still armed and still at large. Obviously, this will change. But yeah, sovereign citizens, man, a real problem both in Australia and New Zealand. I
just loaded up the news site and there it is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a fun way to go out. Yep. Anyway.
All right. Where can people find us on the internet, Luke?
Shit, we're not really doing anything. I'll be putting this up on Blue Sky.
Yep.
hypothepod.bsky.social.
Mhm.
I am also on Blue Sky personally. I don't send a lot out.
Yeah, I don't do much on there.
I do occasionally. I shared some photo of some baby swans.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was fun.
Yeah.
One of them gets a little bit lost.
2 of them got lost.
2 of them. Oh.
Yeah. One of them started lost, and then it was a great journey. It was on my way to work. I had the best commute that day. I was riding my bike along the trail. It was Saturday.
Mhm.
So Saturday I've got a bit more time. So I was heading along the trail and stopped and looked at these baby swans hooning around. Bloody adorable.
Nice.
And then I saw some lambs, some cows.
Yeah.
I stopped and chatted to a farmer who was training his puppy to herd sheep.
Ah, that's fun.
That was fun to see. And they've got a little stand, and I said, "Have you got any eggs?" And he said, "Yep." And I said, "Cool, we'll come past and get some eggs later." And then I biked into work and saw a couple more people I knew along the way, and I was like, "That was a really fun."
Yeah, that sounds like a nice little trip in.
I saw a sheepdog on the back of a ute, and its fur was blowing really hard in the wind as well. That was good too. So yeah, what a day. What a way into work.
Sounds bloody delightful, mate.
But yeah, you can guess the kind of gear you can see on Blue Sky.
There you go.
ALOTime.com on Blue Sky. Salty?
Look, I'm just streaming on Twitch, Assault on Twitch a couple of nights a week. That's all I've really got going on, and just trying to kind of chilling out and cruising along.
What are you just doing Boo Fest stuff on?
Yeah, prepping for that and just whatever else comes up. Whatever I feel like. Wherever the wind takes me.
Oh, a real free spirit.
Yeah. And otherwise, what? Hypothepod.com.
Yeah, that should still be active.
That should still be there.
I think Cam's got I think that was a little Cam's job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one finds out anything tonight because Cam's not here.
He might be. I know he did send a Blue Sky. He did send a skeet on Blue Sky earlier, but
okay.
I thought about replying, but I didn't.
Oh, well, we'll hopefully be back soon with another little episode for people. We apologize for our radio silence.
I don't. I'm blaming Cam.
No
apologies for me.
All right. Yeah, no, I've been here ready to go.
Let's hit the No Dogs theme at the end, and we'll catch you all soon.
Bye.
No, no, no.